Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 12 of our Transport Fever 2 Let's Play. If you guys are new to this series, definitely check out some of the older videos linked in the description below. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, like and comment, let me know how I'm doing, and subscribe for more videos. So before we hop into episode 12, I just wanted to say that it's taken me a few days to get back into the swing of things. Had a few things that I had to take care of this week, so now that we got those settled, I'm really excited to be back into the Transport Fever series, and really excited to get into episode 12 here. So just to jump in, we're taking a look at the sand delivery here, and you see the oil delivery heading down to Honiton behind it. And I wanted to start out here because the 10-wheelers, I'm not sure were the best decision for these lines. They're not making a ton of money, and it makes total sense. They're super expensive trains to run. Like if we come down here and maybe we can catch this construction materials train, which is a great example. This guy's just getting crushed, and it makes total sense. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm actually going to do some minor edits to some of these trains. Let's see, the cargo that we're using here goes up to 50 miles an hour. We're using the 10-wheeler. Like, I could use the Mogul and get almost all that speed out of it. I could also just go with the Baldwin. I mean, I know it only goes 37. So like for the construction materials train, I'll probably go with the Baldwin. I think it just makes a lot more sense for, you know, for this train. And then on some of these lines also, you know, a couple of these delivery lines could just use a few more vehicles to be able to handle the capacity. You can see that we're over capacity here already. Might buffer that just a little bit here, and I'll come back through and decorate, you know, a couple of these lines. The big place where we're going to start today is over here at this passenger line running from Thaxted down to I. It's doing really well. You know, we got 24 passengers here waiting. 35 out of 42 taking the train. Already 7 on the platform coming back, and you can see it looks completely terrible. And the reason is that I'm actually going to tear out a lot of it to do the big project for today. So to get started today, my main goal by the end of this episode is to be delivering goods into Thaxted. And we actually have this goods factory up here, and it has three production formulas that we can use. This is from the Industries Expanded mod. You can find the full mod list in the description. They all use plastic. So starting off with plastic, we have this chemical plant here that produces plastic using refined oil, which I plan to take from this Thaxted oil refinery right here across the way. And I think that'll work great. The only issue is that the only way that this is getting crude is from this really long ship route running up here, which now that I'm looking at it, I could honestly probably put another ship on. Let's see, where's he gonna come from? Where's the new one? It's coming from all the way over there. Okay, well that's not gonna happen. So what if I come in here and I buy a ship? And then I put it on there. There we go. Okay, so we just added another ship, but I'm getting a little off track here. So the big thing is that this is only getting fuel or crude oil from these ships, which is fine. It's bringing in a lot of crude and it's putting it on this platform, but it doesn't leave enough excess to ship right over here. So there's a couple things we could do. One thing is throw just a dumb amount of ships at this, incorporate this other crude oil well down to this this dock, and just pump this full of crude. But this is shipping back here to this facility. And just to keep with our trend here, I'm going to come into the Newcastle fuel. I might add another vehicle onto that delivery as well. But anyway, another way that we could do this is by incorporating these crude wells, these oil wells, down to this facility. And I think that that's the route that we're going to do. And then we can talk about later whether we want to do paper or silver. I don't really want to do plain timber. I think that's a little boring. We'll use one of the industry expanded functionality. So we could either use this paper mill here and these logs and just kind of train back and forth like this, or we could use this silver ore mine and this silver mill and kind of do a little triangle right here. So we'll figure out which of those we want to do after we get this crude delivered down here. So there's a couple ways that we could do this. I could put a rail station in on this side, run the tracks up here, and then kind of branch them off. So one, coming over to get crude oil to somehow get it over here, and then one bringing the plastic up here. We could certainly do it that way. Or we could do some sort of shipping right across here. The only issue that I have with shipping is I don't know if the capacity of the ships is big enough, and they're kind of slow. I don't want them to get all bogged up in here. So I think we're going to go with the route of the rail. So if we get a 240 meter station, and actually now that I'm going this route, I probably could have decorated this because my initial plan involved tearing a lot of that up. But now we're going to go with this route, and I think it's going to work really well. So let's see. If I put, before we put that track in, I want to put this road in. Let me see. Yeah, so if we come right up like that. And now we need to put a station in here. 240 meter station. And let's see, if I put that in right there. And now that I think about it, this is actually going to need 2 platforms. So let's do that. So we're going to need one of these tracks to come over here. And this is going to sound crazy the way that I have this oriented, but I think it's going to work. So one track to go over here. And then one track to head up here to this goods factory. And then we're going to have to figure out how to train this oil down here. Yeah. So in order to do that, if we come into our terrain view here, I'm thinking the best way to do it, so if we pick like this terrain line, this comes around here and kind of comes out to this height right here. So I think that's where I want to go. So I'm just going to put a little just a little road right there just to mark which terrain height we want, and we'll just make sure that that's the right one. Kind of comes around right into here. So now if we get a terminus cargo rail station and we kind of spin it around, and we want to aim so that we come right out here. So if I kind of spin this around to like right there, and I think that's where we're going to want it. So if I put this station in here, it looks really bad for now, but I think we can make this work. So if I put a road in like right there, and then maybe branch a road like that, that's how it wants to connect up. It's pretty steep, but it's not horrible. It's not the worst slope that I've ever seen. This slope is far worse, truthfully. So let me just see if I delete that out a little bit. Did that make that slope any better? A little bit. It's pretty steep still. But okay, this will work. And you're probably thinking that this is looking terrible. And it's gonna look bad until we kind of get the whole thing done. So if I go back into the terrain view here, we want to get onto this contour line. And I would love for this tunnel to be perfectly straight. So in order to get it straight, that's where it wants to snap. And we're completely avoiding this rail line, we're avoiding this timber, and we're coming right out the side of the mountain. So I'll put that in there. We can go ahead and delete our road that we were using as a space holder. And now we're going to want to bridge this down here. And this is a pretty extreme bridge, but I think it will work. And let me even see. So if I bring that down as low as it can go. And let me see. So if I bring a bridge, because I'm going to want to get a station in here somehow. So I'm going to delete this road out because it serves no purpose other than getting in our way. And now let me see. If I put a terminus 240 meters station in here, and I put it like right. Let's see. Let's come in here real quick. Let's put in this little piece of road. And now we'll put this station in. And we'll put it in like right there. Right, so now it's running right down there, and now we just need to connect these. So let's see what this would look like if I just did that. That is a ridiculous bridge. I'm just using Shift M and N to see if I can make this any smaller. I can't. Or I guess I kind of can, but I don't really like the way that that looks. So I think what we're going to do instead is if I grab this and I bring this down to terrain level. So that's where it wants to go to. And now that I'm thinking about it, I might actually drop this down to the next height. So I'm going to delete this bridge out. It's just this bridge is looking a little too steep for my liking. So if I grab this track, have it snap so it's straight. So this is the height that we were just at. So if I bring it down to this height, so now we're going down a little bit more. And now I bring it around. Yeah, I think that will work. So I'll bring it to there. And now I'll connect that in there. And I'm just using Shift M and N to try and get this bridge height right where I want it. Is that too low? It's pretty low. It's pretty close to the it's pretty close to the ground there. So I'm just going to delete this, or to the water. I'm just going to delete this out just a little bit. We'll grab that snap point. And we'll connect that in there. Just trying to make this look good. It's curving uphill just a little bit. But that's okay. I think that'll look good. Okay, so now that's connected in, and that's going to be our crude oil down to here. And that's in catchment here. So perfect. The only thing that I completely forgot to do is we actually need a second platform on here. So I'm actually not going to move that because I like the way that that bridge looks. So I'm going to just put the platform in on the other side. Because this one is going to loop all the way around to connect in with this platform here. And it's going to be this outside one, right like that. And I want to see if I can get this to kind of mirror this bridge, and then can I break this off on the bridge? I can. Doesn't look very good. We might just go with a little bit of imperfection there in the way that that looks. Now if I connect that in there, yeah, that will work. Now in order to get the rest of this to work, I am going to have to delete some of this area. And I'm just going to pause really quick so that this doesn't redevelop, because we're going to have to sneak another rail line through here. So I'll delete this out. We're going to have to sneak another rail line through here. So, if we grab this, I'll mirror this all the way around to here. And now this is where this one is going to branch off. And this is going to be the plastics delivery. Let's see if I can maintain 60 around there. And now we need to get up to this plastics, which is quite up a hill. So let's see if I put in a terminus cargo station again. And if I put this in like right there, right like that. Now let's see if we can fit this road in right here. We'll put that road in like that. And now we just need to get rid of this road just a little bit further, because it's kind of going to interfere a little bit. But now if I wanted to connect right in there, we'd have a pretty significant cut through there, a bridge there. It would sneak right under this bridge, but that will work. Okay, cool. So now I'm just going to do a little bit of terraforming just to clean some of this up. Okay, so now we have all of our tracks laid out. So we're going to get plastic up to here. So let's set some new lines. So the first line that we're going to do is the Thaxted crude. And at the Thaxted branch up by that crude, I want it to wait for a full load. So now this is going to be a rail, and it's going to be Thaxted crude. And I think we're going to end up turning this into a very large whatever this is called, siding. So if we add in a few tracks here, and then I'll grab this track, and I'll bring it over here, and then cut it all the way across. And then this is going to be a double switch, so that we can get on all of those lines. And we'll just merge all of those in. Like that. Perfect. However, we also need to be able to get the actual train on there. So we'll do that. Okay. So that will serve both of these lines. The Thaxted line is going to need its own siding. So for that, we'll probably put it onto this point right here. So we'll merge it on right there. We're going to want a non-one-way signal right here before it can get on. And then we'll put on the siding here. Like that. So now let's go ahead and get a train onto there. And we are 100% going with a 10-wheeler. And we're going to go with these tank cars. And I'll probably bring it up to 233. It'll give it poor performance, but it is coming downhill while it's fully loaded, so I'm okay with that. So now that train will come out onto there. So now our next line is going to be our plastics delivery, so I'll make that a purple color. And again, I want them to wait for a full load for maybe 120 seconds of crude. And now this is going to be a rail line, and it's going to be Thaxted plastic? Or no, Thaxted oil. So this really shouldn't be purple. So we'll come up here, Thaxted oil. I'll make that dark black gray color. And now we can get a train onto here. Oh, that's right, and we disconnected this road connection. So let me just go ahead and connect that back up. So we'll connect that up like that. Little bit of a clip there. Connect those up. Connect that up. Okay. So now everything's running correctly. We've got our crude train coming on. And we have a train on there, or we have a line set up, so let's get another train. We'll probably go with a Baldwin for this. And then for cargo, we're going to be moving oil. So maybe I'll get 6 of these to start with a Baldwin. And now he should cut right across there. And now let's get our last line set up, and that's going to come all the way up here to deliver the plastic. It's going to be moving uphill, so this is going to need to be a powerful engine. And now this is going to be a rail line, and it's going to be Thaxted to Clune plastic. Let's see, Thaxted to Clune plastic, yeah. And now let's get a train onto there. So we'll probably go with I don't know. I'll try a yeah, I'll go with a 10-wheeler, I guess. And we're going to be moving plastic, so I need box cars. And we'll go with 10 of them, maybe, to start. And we'll see how that does. And then I'm going to want a non-one-way signal right there. And then also one there. Okay. So let's speed this up now, because he's leaving. 216 capacity, going back to get some crude. Consumers. Hopefully once this gets a bit more... Once this gets more oil, we will start to see it sending oil. We're starting to see crude get put onto this platform, which is good. Tunneling right through here. How's this doing for speed? Struggling. It is going uphill at a pretty aggressive slope, as is this one. So these are definitely... This one's going to struggle going uphill. This one shouldn't have a problem because it's going to go downhill almost the entire way with full load of crude. Okay, so while we let that kind of establish itself, one thing that I also wanted to check here. So we've got 101 passengers here. This just took a full load with 56. We've got 110 and 42 wanting to go to various places. And then we've got 140 traveling on that train. So if we just come down here and I want to see this one, yeah, Farnborough. I'm going to replace this with a mogul. And we're going to go with these passenger cars, and I'll probably go with 5 of them, just to increase the capacity and increase the speed. It's still going to struggle to clear those platforms, but I think it'll work a lot better than what we had already. And now we'll just come in here and switch out these cars. Let's see, what did we want? Yeah, this is the one. And we want 5 of these. 5. Perfect. Okay. Let's see, how's this construction materials delivery doing? Probably want a couple more on here, honestly. So maybe I'll get 2 more on there. How's this doing for sand? Needs more sand, for sure. This is bringing down a full load, but there's really not enough on this platform yet to increase the capacity. How are we doing with fuel? So 84 this will take, and it's taken just about that almost immediately, which is good to see. You can see we still have this monster siding here from when we had a monster train that was just completely unnecessary. And this is running out of oil sand. So let's see, we have an oil sand train coming in here. Let's see if we can add another one on. That's our second, and then we have a third somewhere. This one's leaving right now. Yeah, so let's add on one more oil sand train. It should come on right here, which is pretty good spacing. This train's all the way back there. This guy's coming on right up here. Might pause this just for a second, just until this one actually gets on the track, because he hasn't even left the siding yet. So we'll start that back up. And now we can see, so that'll give us 4 oil sand trains making that delivery. We have an enormous amount of oil sand on the platform there. So that should be good. It's going to take this one for quite a long time to get back up to speed. This steel delivery needs another vehicle on there, so let's get another one on. Because these are queuing up, waiting for steel, and this keeps getting starved of steel. So we really need to improve that delivery. And then we can go ahead and get 2 more vehicles onto that machine's delivery. Just to try and clear that platform a little bit better. Okay, so now that we're getting that going a little bit better, I just want to check out, how's this mogul doing? Yeah, leave him with a full load. Still more on the platform. So I might even add one more car onto there. So then we'll come back in here and we'll add one more onto that siding. That's a good sized train now. But okay, so now we're coming back here. We let this run for a little bit. So we should have gotten a drop off. Yeah, and that's starting to get some plastic. Good. This is waiting to fuel up. It will take this a little while to start to actually put out a large amount of crude, but that's okay. We'll get there. So now that we're getting plastic delivered up here, we need to decide paper or silver. And I think we're going to go with paper. I think we're going to use this paper mill. We'll use this log mill to start, and we'll just train them right up into this same platform. I think that that will work nicely. What that does mean is that we're going to need to come in here, and I don't know if I can fit. Let's see. Oh, I can. Very nice. So I'm going to delete out this. Yeah. And now what's the issue here? So now at Clune, use platform 2. There we go. Should be no issues now. Let me just make sure that that train is moving. It is. It's bringing 22 full plastic up there, which is not very good, but it's not the worst thing either. So I think what we're going to do is we'll stay here in our terrain view while we lay this track. So I want to turn really fast here because I want to make this slope as gradual as I can. So we'll go with a 60-mile-an-hour curve there. And then we're going to have to work our way down this slope. And why don't we put this rail station in first? So we'll come into here. We're going to want to pass through. So we'll go with 240 meters. And we're going to want 2 stops. Yeah. Let's see if I put that in like right there. And then a road there. I'll bring it out and then cross it back over. And that's where we'll cross our tracks. Right through like that. I actually don't, I only need 1 heading out that way. Right? No, I'm gonna need 2. But anyway, we will cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay, so if we put that in there, what are we clipping with? So it doesn't like this road. That's fine, we can remove that road for now. And then it doesn't like this road either. So we'll get rid of both of those. And now let's see, can we just connect this in? We can. Now I think I'll use this outside to get the paper all the way back up here. We're gonna have a little bridge there, a little tunnel here. Okay, I like it. And this actually doesn't need this second platform. It only needs 1 platform. So we'll do that. And now we need to get this track. And before we forget, let's fix this road. So we'll take it right down here. Then we'll connect that right in there. This road's gonna have to cross this track. And I'll connect it into that intersection. And then we'll just smooth this out a little bit. Okay. So that's going to be our paper delivery up here. And now we're going to get a rail line in here. And I don't think there's any terrain really to deal with on these little islands. Yeah, there isn't. So, with that being the case, let's get one platform. We'll put that right in there. Now that's in catchment there. And now we're going to need to run a rail line through here. I don't want to get rid of that bridge just for the realism. So maybe I'll do a 55-mile-an-hour curve right here. Now if I delete that out, we'll just make that connection. 57. I just wanted a nice straight bridge there. Now let me see. Let's just try and get a nice straight bridge across here. So if I put that in like right there. That crossing is not terrible, so we'll go with it. And then we need to make this connection. Right in there. That crossing is fine. This one, that angle of the road, I don't love. So we'll get rid of that. And now we'll go ahead and put this road back in. And we'll connect that in like that. Completely unnecessary, but I like the realism that, you know, somebody could drive out here. You know, somebody probably works out here, maybe even lives and works out here, so they will need some way getting out here. And let's see, I actually put this track onto the wrong platform. No, I didn't actually. What I did was this needs a second platform. Because this needs one... This needs one platform to accept the logs, and then one platform to ship the paper out. So with that being said, we'll connect up like that, and now this is going to run back, and this is going to be for the log delivery. So now we'll run this track all the way down here. And this will connect right in here. Okay, so now we have a new, from, what is that, Bridge House to Honiton, and this is for the log delivery, so I'll make that kind of an orange color. We'll have them wait for 2 minutes. And this is going to be a rail line from Ridge House to Honiton logs. And then we're going to need a new line, and this is going to be the paper delivery running all the way up here, and I'll make that like a green color. And now this is going to be a rail line from Honiton to Clune paper. Let me just see. Honiton to Clune paper. Yes. Okay. So now we need to just set up a siding for this to function. And then we should be pretty much good to go. So let me just see if there's a nice flat place that we could put in a siding. Maybe over here. So why don't we get rid of all of these roads? So that they don't interfere with our siding. And I'll put it in like right here. Just rotate that a little bit. And now this will be our siding for both of these lines. And we'll merge that in there. We want a non-one-way signal right here. And now let's go ahead and get some trains on here. So I'll probably go with Baldwin's for all of this. So let's see, for the log delivery. And we'll put this on the logs. And now we'll get a Baldwin to deliver paper. Oh. A Baldwin to deliver paper. Perfect. So now he's just going to wait in the depot up there until this train gets on this line. This is going to deliver the logs. Now this one should come out to deliver the paper. So let's just see if this is starting to put... Yeah, this is starting to put a ton of logs on there. And now we just need to figure out how we want to deliver the goods. And I think we're just going to truck it down. And we'll probably tie right in there. So if I put in like a road like that, and now we come into our terrain. Flatten out a nice space, we'll get one 30-meter platform. One 30-meter platform. Let's see if I put it in like right there. Delete that off. I'll put in an entrance here and an exit here. Might even put in a little cargo building there so that when we come back and decorate, it will look nice. Connect that in. Connect that in, and now I'm just going to drag this road out just a little bit. And I'm just going to run it right down here. I'm going to run it up and over this hill. So why don't we come into our terrain view here. Right up to the top of the hill. And then we'll cut kind of down this hill at an angle. Tie right in there. How steep is this road? It's pretty steep. It's not horrible. Not too bad going up. And I think that that will work. And now we just need to figure out where we would like to deliver these goods. So they're going to come into town here, and maybe I'll have them circle back out there. So let's see, they'll come into town. I probably want them to drop on the other side of the road. So why don't I get rid of that one? And we'll set up a new line running from Clune down to Thaxted. These are going to be delivering goods, so I'll make it like a dark brown. And I want these trucks to wait forever. So this is going to be a truck route, and it's going to be from Clune to... Oh, I lost it. Clune to Thaxted. Goods. Let's see, I need a depot in here. And I actually deleted the depot that was in Clune because of the building that we did. So why don't I help them develop a little bit and also allow me to put in a new road depot in a sensible location down in this industrial area. So I'll put that one in there. And now we'll go ahead and get maybe 5 cargo vehicles onto that line to deliver the goods. And now they should come all the way up here. And we should start to see some goods on there. So we've got a good supply of plastic. So let's see if we have a paper train. So that should have brought logs down here. So we should have paper on this platform. And we do, which is very good. So this is going to come down here and pick up paper. Should be just about a full load. Now let's see how these are doing. So yeah, this has got a ton of crude on that platform. That's great to see. Let's see how these lines are doing financially. This one's starting to do really well. How's this one doing? Probably not great, just because it's just going to get paid for this movement. It is bringing a full load. But it's getting paid on the distance moved, and it's not counting that it's doing this big loop. So this one's not going to make any money until we can get that capacity up to max. That took 69 plastic out of 120. It's not great, but I think it'll do better as these go. This is still running out of crude. Pretty sure that this is a max length train. It is. So the only way that we could fix that would be to get a second train on there. So why don't we do that? So we're going to want it to be on this side of the line. So we'll run this all the way back here. We'll want a non-one-way signal there. We'll run this back up here. We'll come right through here, and then we're going to have to merge back up in the tunnel. So if we go like right there. Let me see. So now we're going to want one-way signals. We will auto signal. 350 meters. So if I put a signal there, it's going to walk us all the way down to here to this crossing. So we'll want one right before it and right after it. And now I'll send a signal going back the other way. Let me see, actually, I'm going to get rid of that set of auto signals that I just put down. I'm going to put one right there. Yeah, and that should work now. So he should be coming down. If we come in and look at this line, let's get another vehicle onto this crude line, and I'll probably stop it right here until he passes coming back the other way. So I'll stop it right there. This will drop off a full load. This is starting to do really well now that it's getting full loads of crude, which is really good to see. And this kind of looks convoluted, but I think it kind of makes Thaxted like a massive like industrial hub, and I think that that could look really cool. You know, I'm originally from Boston, and Boston has a huge rail area like right in the heart of the city, which I think is really cool to see. I thought it was the coolest thing as a kid, too. Nice. So now that's 2 sets of crude delivery going down there, and that should just send this through the roof, at least in theory, producing more oil. But okay, guys, I think that's going to bring us to the end of this video. And this has been a great one. I think this was probably our most, I don't know if I'd call it most ambitious video that we've done in this series, but I think this is turned into a crazy town, and I love it, honestly. I think it looks great, and I think it's very unique to this map. I think it's, you know, probably the most intricate thing that we've built thus far. I mean, I love like this, you know, one line crossing underneath the other, and I just think it looks really cool. And I'm really excited. I think that this is going to look great. You know, we've got the goods being delivered here. We've got plastic coming in. Let's see if we have a paper train coming with a full load. It is. And we've got already more than a full load on there, so we're going to have to rebalance this line a bunch. And I think it's looking great. So with that, we'll probably go on a ride. I know that these lines aren't quite decorated. I might do just a quick decoration, and then you know, maybe we'll go on one of these lines just so that we can kind of see the oddity that is this massive rail spaghetti web that we've made. But if you guys are liking the videos, definitely like and comment. Let me know how I'm doing. And subscribe for more videos. And until the next time, I will see you guys. So have a great day. Thanks. Bye.